Yes, welcome to Chronicles. And y'all know how we start off, okay? Chronicles. When we start doing that part now?
I don't know. We just flow.
Right.
It just went down.
All right. Again, thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all know the drill. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. All things Cam and K, our YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on Facebook, go to YouTube, subscribe. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So like the big talk of the internet streets is
Internet Street.
Yeah. Is the movie The Harder They Fall. And we are going to do a full review on that, so check our YouTube channel for that review, okay? But today we want to talk about something that's really an issue still within our community.
Deal.
And Netflix, before they released The Harder They Fall, it's a black western cowboy type movie with Idris Elba, all the heavy hitters, and it was really, really, really good. And they've gotten some flack, like even before the picture came out, because the young lady that played Stagecoach Mary, she's a fair-skinned gal. Her name is Zazie Beetz. She's a really good actress too. I really like her in Atlanta, and she was in she was in Deadpool 2, I think. But
she's a great actress.
She really is. But people were up in arms, Cam, because Stagecoach Mary, because even though the Harder They Fall is fiction, the characters are real. They play and portray real people, but the story itself was fiction. So people were up in arms because Stagecoach Mary is like in real life was a a thicker, dark-skinned woman, and they had Zazie play her, who is light-skinned. I mean, they was up in arms. I know how I feel about that, but how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm just gonna say this. When are we gonna get over the whole color in between us? I mean, it's like I'm thankful that it was, at least she was an African American woman, and she was not another ethnicity. That she was an African American woman. She was a hell of an actress. She played that role. I think that maybe when I know as an actor that sometimes when they have a casting call and they say, "Oh, come and see who is going to be the best person for this role." I know for me, I've had casting calls where people have changed the role for me because once they met me, they like my personality, they like who I am. Then they say, hey, we're going to redo that role and make it for you. I auditioned for a role who was a male prosecutor, and they liked me, so they changed it to a female prosecutor. So I think that people they overthink how people cast and stuff in movies and things. Sometimes it's about the availability of the actor, how soon they have to get things done, and they can try really hard to look for a character that is exactly what is like they said, she was a heavier, thicker, brown-skinned woman. Maybe they look for that, and maybe during that time they could not find her. It's like, oh, well, you could just look. It's a whole bunch of people, but just because somebody may look the part or what have you doesn't mean that they have the skill set in order to pull off the role. So that's my thought about it. And then the other thing is, again, I say, yes, it's wonderful that she is still a black woman, but I just think sometimes it's still the colorism thing that, oh my gosh, she's the light-skinned black skin thing that has gone on since forever, that just really needs to stop.
Okay. Well, my take on it is completely different. they should have gotten somebody of a darker tone. And the reason why I say that is because when you are portraying a real person, I think that you should get as close as possible, skin tone, all of that, because you're portraying an actual real person. So I can see why people were up in arms, and because we have a lot of dark skinned women who could have gotten that role. I know everybody's not working like that. So I know it's a lot of availability. Even get somebody that's unknown, for that particular role. I think that it could send a message, because she played a love interest. She was seductive. She was, sexy, and was Nat Love's love interest. So for some people, you don't think that a dark-skinned woman can be sexy and seductive and all of that. So I can totally see why people were up in arms, and I don't like when they do that when it's a real person. Like Zoe Zeldania. I was talking to somebody at the job. Everybody was up in arms, and they needed to be when she played Nina Simone. It's like, come on.
She played?
Girl.
They could have got NDRE to play that.
Yes, because she had to put on dark makeup.
Wow.
The wig was hella horrible.
That was a travesty.
And she just apologized for taking that role in 2020. But back then, when everybody was like, "What's wrong? She was defending. Oh, now you got the check. Now you want to apologize." But anyway, I really think that, again, if you are portraying a real person, if that person is light skinned, get a light skinned person. If that person is dark skinned, get a dark skinned person. That's my take on it.
But again, it goes back to the director and what they see. And the thing about when you are a screenwriter and you write, even if it is about a person, they have the artistic freedom to change things up. So that goes back to whoever the director is and what they thought and how they saw it, and if they met her. Because we gotta keep it real. People do things in life when it comes to casting and different things because it's who they like. Mm-hmm. It could be she knows somebody, or they may have just liked her as a person and they wanted to give her the job, and they were like, "Hey, she light skinned, but I want her to play it because I see it a different way." But I can honestly say that everybody.
If it was a fictional person, yes, I can get that. If it was a fictional person, I can really get that. But it's a real person. I looked up the person that Regina King played. They was matched right on with that.
Okay, well maybe the producer may have thought, since there are no light-skinned people in here, let me give somebody that's light-skinned a role, so that it doesn't look like. I mean, you can look at it. It's both sides of the coin.
Yeah, but yes, but light skin always get their just.
But that's not true.
But it is, because you know what? What's her name?
Don't agree.
Right? No, we don't agree.
We don't.
What's her name? And I admire her for that. She is a great actress. She's light skinned. Oh my gosh, I forget her name, but she turned down a role because she was like, I believe that this should be for a darker skinned person. Because I was like, thank you. You have some scruples. It's like she actually turned down that role because the person was dark skinned.
I really want to do a show on colorism, because I think that it is necessary that we debunk the different things about different things in our culture as far as light-skinned and brown-skinned people, because I think if everybody were to sit down and have a round table, people would understand that what brown-skinned people think and what light-skinned people think are synonymous to each other.
I think, it's been a whole bunch of documentaries and shows. I even did a show on one of my podcasts about colorism. It is one that really still plagues our community.
Can't we just all get along and do the right is a real person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A real person
that you could have found, because it's a whole lot of thick, voluptuous, beautiful brown-skinned women. So
I get, again, I get the reason for the outrage, so to speak, because it's like, okay, so you're saying that a thicker, like a plus size or whatever, darker, can't be sexy, you know? So, but I guess, again, if it's a real person, just a real person that you're portraying, I think that you should get the person of that skin tone. Anything else, hey, have at it, whatever. But if it's a real person that you're portraying,
I think it's not even about the skin tone. I think be true to who the person is. If she was voluptuous, then she need to be voluptuous.
and
if she was brown-skinned, she should be brown-skinned. She should embody everything that the real person was. That's what made them a real person, because of all of those things. So that's what we're saying, is that she should have embodied the real person.
Yes.
Now I see what you're saying, because then it's subject to interpretation.
Yes.
If you are a director or whatever, but when you're dealing with real lives, it's just like back in the day when they used to have on cowboys that the Indians were
white
everybody
people.
but Indians.
Yes.
You know, they
that was so offensive.
Right.
And even
things.
Blackface.
Yes. And even when they did Moses, they had the Egyptians and they were white people and they were making them brown. So I do get it. So producers, take the time to find the right people when you are depicting people that are real people, so that this doesn't happen. Because what happens is, Kay and I are mature, black, beautiful women, and we respect each other. But there are some people who feel less than because of different things that go on in our culture and different things going on. And that's why it's such a big deal that you couldn't find, out of all the beautiful black women, you couldn't find somebody.
I mean, representation still matters.
It does.
It really does.
Because it's some maybe curvier young woman who may have looked to that character and said, hey, I'm beautiful even though I'm curvier, or I'm beautiful even though I'm a brown-skinned woman. And that is important in our society, to represent people the right way. So that's
all I'm saying. Just when it comes to a real person. Chronicles.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Catch us next time. And again, go to All Things Cam and Kay on YouTube to see our review on The Harder They Fall.
And I need some sunglasses, because I've been squinting the whole time. So I wasn't squinting because of what she was saying. I'm squinting because I can't see, and I'm driving. I ain't got no shades on. Okay, so get it together. Get it together. Okay, it's beautiful. But we love you guys. Please subscribe, and also remember, if you have any questions or comments, or if you have any subject ideas, also email us at allthingscamandk@gmail.com.
Hey.
So,
all right,
enjoy your day.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.